Waterwight, Book 1, Chapter 18. It's getting pretty exciting right now, I think, anyway. What she saw then horrified her. Enormous fissures fragmented the earth for as far north as she could see, spreading across the land like hideous veins. Though the night was clear, a sickly yellow-pink fog wafted from the openings, rising and obscuring the starlight. Holy... She choked on her next word. She flew to the closest edge and hovered above, and for a moment felt as if she were standing on the precipice above Old Man Massive once more. She couldn't see the bottom. A strong odor of rotten eggs rose up from the depths of the chasm, making her gag again, and a low rumble echoed in the air. Another vein opened behind her. Paloma. She heard a weak voice in her mind. It was Orville. "Orville, where are you?" she yelled aloud, but there was no answer. Frantically, she flew north over one rift, her eyes keener than ever, searching the depths below and calling their names loudly. Only her voice echoed back. It seemed hopeless. There was no way to find them quickly, and she feared for Nick and the others at the village. She needed to warn them for whatever good it would do. "Hang on, Orville," she relayed as powerfully as she could. "I will find you." She was certain Orville was alive, probably trapped somehow, and even though she couldn't communicate with Chimney, she believed Orville would do whatever it would take to protect the boy. She was back over the village in a blink, and unlike the land to the north, all was tranquil below. Just as she landed on the porch, a familiar hiss stopped her cold. The shifter flew overhead, and Celeste had no one to protect her. She froze, wondering where it was heading and fearful that if she moved, it would see her. She breathed again when it passed over, seemingly oblivious to the bizarre scene below. Celeste had no time to worry about the menacing creature. It was time to take on the role of protector. She entered the house quietly and found Nick checking on Blanche and Mac. "You found them already?" he asked, but when he saw the worried expression on her face, "What? What's wrong?" "Didn't you feel it? The rumbling? You must have felt something." "No, what are you talking about?" There was a hint of fear in his voice. "Between here and the big water, farther north than you've been, the earth's splitting again. I heard Orville, so I know he's alive, but it's going to take longer than I thought to find them. I wanted to warn you about the fissures, but maybe when you stop time, it stops everything, even that." The two stood silently for a moment, awed by what Celeste had just shared. And then she had an idea. "You need to come with me," she blurted. What? Sure. How? When?" he stammered, the combination of excitement and fear making his voice crack. "I think if I could take you there, you could stop things there too, and give me time to find them before anything bad, anything worse happens." "But what if, when I leave here, things fall apart here again?" he asked. It was a question she had hoped to avoid. "Then I guess they'll just have to wonder where we went." She didn't know what else to say. "Listen, if you're with me, we need to hurry. So grab some food and I'll be right back." Leaving Nick wide-eyed in the kitchen, Celeste stepped back outside and flew across the pond to where Teresa sat motionless. She resisted stroking the soft feathers of the doves suspended above her, afraid of what might happen if she did. Instead, she knelt beside Teresa and rested her hand on the girl's shoulder, wondering if she should move her. "You came back. ¿Qué pasó?" Teresa's voice resonated in her head. Celeste jumped up and away, unsure of what to do. She hadn't expected to communicate with the girl, but couldn't leave her frightened and motionless. She knelt back down and took her hand. "The earth is shaking again up north," Celeste communicated to her. "Chimney and my friend are in danger, and I have to find them. Are you in any pain?" No, pero yo no entiendo why I can't move. I can't feel anything at all, just your presence. Teresa then spoke aloud in a voice that was not her own, a voice that was deep and powerful. They are alive, and you must return to the other side. What? What did you just say? Celeste asked, panic rising in her throat. They are alive, and you need to return to the other side, and quickly, Teresa relayed in her own internal voice. I heard an old, booming voice tell me so. What does it mean? Rattled by the unexpected pronouncement, Celeste said, I'm not sure, but I have to leave you again. Will you be all right? Nick has stopped time here. That probably doesn't make any sense to you right now. And I need to take him with me to stop what's happening up north, too. I hope, so I can find our friends. You must think I'm crazy. No estás loca, Celeste. You're right. This makes no sense to me. But I've been told you have to find the key? So leave me and do what you have to do. Who told you? And what am I supposed to do? Celeste experienced a feeling of deja vu. I only receive messages. I cannot ask questions, Teresa said. Now go back to the other side, wherever that is. You must do this right away, and before you search for our friends. Maybe you'll find the key there. I'm told I'll remain unharmed. But our friends are in horrible danger. Why can't I find them first? I don't know what I'd do without Orville and Chimney. I can't just leave them in the fissures. They'll die there. Go to the other side, quickly. Teresa's unnatural voice boomed aloud, and Celeste jumped to her feet, one hand still on Teresa's shoulder. Okay, I'll go, but I'll be back soon. If I go really, really fast, and if Nick can keep things from moving, go now, please, Teresa's inner voice pleaded, and Celeste broke away. With the fate of Orville and Chimney resting on her shoulders, Celeste had no plans of going back across the big water to the other side, but Teresa's message had planted a seed in her mind. Old Man Massive had once said, Your destiny springs from that which you have left behind. Was it a clue? As much as it pained her to postpone the rescue another moment, she would obey the message. Nick was waiting on the porch with a small pack on his back, and Celeste ran past him to retrieve her compass. She looked into each bedroom on the way back down to ensure no one was stirring. Maybe throw a few extra stop thoughts out there before we leave, Celeste suggested, and watched the expression on Nick's face change to one of concentration. And, well, I haven't done this before, so maybe you just need to kind of hold on to me and I'll kind of hold on to you, she babbled, feeling increasingly foolish and anything but powerful. Let's go save our buddies, he said, instantly transforming the embarrassing moment. Maybe throw a few extra I can do this thoughts out there and get us where we need to be. They smiled awkward smiles as they threw their arms around each other, and in an instant they were airborne. It's okay, you can open your eyes, scaredy cat, Celeste told him. He was slow to unclench his eyelids. This is great. I don't even notice the extra weight. Whoa, whoa, Nick stammered as they careened across the sky, his grip tightening with each passing mile. When he saw the fissures, he was speechless. As soon as they touched down, the rumbling resumed, and without any prompting, Nick's face took on the intense expression Celeste had seen back in the village. Everything became still. And now you're really going to hate me, she told him, but I need to leave you here. I know. You need to go find Chimney and Orville. Go ahead. I'll be okay. Yeah, but before I find them, I need to go back to where I came from. Why? Your village is gone, isn't it? Well, maybe not. See, I actually came from a place on the other side of the big water, the ooze, and I need to go back. I can't explain because I wouldn't even know where to start, but I promise I'll tell you everything when I get back and after we get our friends back safely, okay? I don't exactly have a choice, do I? Nick looked around the foreign landscape, and despite the unnatural heat of the night, he shivered. I suppose if you could carry me here without breaking a sweat, I should be able to keep things quiet for a while. Here, take some of these. He handed her some snoodles and several other peculiar objects from his pack. Chimney found them, so they're good. He coughed. Celeste removed the silk scarf from her hair and handed it to Nick. Here, hold this over your nose. It might help with the smell. Try to hurry, okay, Pipsqueak? It's really creepy out here, and I don't even know if I'd be able to find my way back without you. He held her scarf to his face and looked around again, but Celeste could tell he couldn't see much in the darkness. I'll walk around and see if I can find them while you're away. Thank you, Nick, she said, and before he could respond, she was gone. That ends chapter 18 of book 1.